7th anniversary. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning. In the headlines, several Dominican women recognized by the Institute of Fire Engineers of the Caribbean and South America. Dominica has learned that a CADUS pioneer has died. Antigua and Barbuda rejects U.S. allegations of human trafficking over Cuban doctors. And Canada's next Prime Minister, Mark Carney, vows to win trade war with Donald Trump. The details in a moment.
The range of Kin juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. Kin offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of Kin's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Kin, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Good morning, I'm Ivona John Baptist Luge with the morning news. First off this morning, the Institute of Fire Engineers of the Caribbean and South America has recognized several Dominican women during an International Women's Day celebration and awards gala at Fort Young Hotel. Among the awardees were Creole broadcaster Milia Joseph Dennis for Culture and Arts, Kina Prevost for Community Service, Thora Robinson for Long Service, and Relda Andre for Pioneering Excellence. The regional body also presented awards to Kathy Raymond for Leadership, Jemima Mills for Academic Excellence, and Kimara Matthew for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. 5 in-service awards were presented to Kelita Grant, Fire, Courtney Joseph, Valdo Powell, and Antonia Moses, Police. Special awards went to Her Excellency the President of Dominica, Silvani Burton, Kalinago Chief Annette Sanford, Wayne Leta, and Rose Peltier Luge, distinguished public servants. Kalinago Chief Annette Sanford, who delivered the feature address, said, "Women island-wide must push for systemic change which will empower women and girls in the Caribbean."
Today, I encourage you to be part of the action to accelerate change. How can you do that? You can do so by mentoring some women and girls. You can advocate on their behalf. You can raise awareness on issues that affect them, like abuse, and advocate for equitable hiring practices at the workplace. We need to challenge our national systems to create better spaces for our girls to thrive. We need quicker responses from the social welfare support systems and the justice system for abuse and murder cases of our women. We are all part of a marathon of life. It requires dedication, perseverance, and collective effort. So let us start our week ready, inspired to accelerate action. Let's continue to uplift each other As a unified force, we can forge a future where every woman has an opportunity to thrive and make a difference. So let's join hands to accelerate progress for women here and across the countries of the Caribbean community.
And that was Kalinago Chief Annette Sanford. She told women not to allow failure to determine their destiny.
For those of you who know me, you may be familiar with my family history and losing. My win didn't happen overnight. It came as continuous preparation, strengthening, and sharpening of essential skills needed to win after having lost several times. It is so easy to get depressed and sad when we lose something, especially a competition. We can become bitter and give up on our dreams. Research shows that after failure, many lose the efficacy and task performance. Many people simply give up. However, for me, I use the time to reflect, to reevaluate, and to be re-energized. Angela Duckworth, a psychologist, studied that individuals who have passion and perseverance as a trait are the persons who are 10 times more likely to succeed at what they do. Because you see, it's not about how many degrees you have, how beautiful you are, how big you are, or about the money that you have. It is about how much passion you have for what you do. So I encourage you to push for your dreams. Giving up should never be an option. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't stop until you get there. One day you will.
Kalinago Chief Annette Sanford, the regional body, also presented awards to Kathy Raymond for leadership, Jemima Mills for academic excellence, and Kimara Matthew, as we said, for entrepreneurship and innovation. DBS Radio has learned of the death of one of the pioneers of Kadas music. We learned that Fitzroy Williams has died. We have on the line Ambassador Leroy Walix Charles. Walix, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, of course, it's sad news. Tell us what you learned last night, Walix.
Well, I actually woke up sad. But knew he was ill for some time and was really, really sick, hurting, agonizing, that intensity that wake up to. Fitzroy was supposed to be the greatest keyboardist ever nobody has ever produced. One would remember him as one of the creators of Kedas music with Gordon Anderson, Julie Morrison, on Style 1. Creole Habit was very fortunate to have paid tribute to him in our tribute Kedas Legends concert. Once again, co-organized by Gordon Anderson, where we actually celebrated him with a night where guys performed the most of his songs that particular night. We also, earlier this year, did a special tribute to him at his home with some of his closest friends, Freddie Nicholas, Andrew Melanie Bird, Cornell, Fingers Phillips, Jerry Moulon, even his son, David David, was part of it. Dominica Mons, a legend. Monumental figure. He started way back in the Advertisements Academy. One remember his antics with the boys and them, with Gaylord's Power Union, possibly the most versatile Dominican band, the most flamboyant Dominican band. A songwriter, arranger, and one of the greatest music creators ever. So the Cadastrophes fraternity is saddened, swamped with melancholy. The Creole world has lost a true genius, because Fitzroy didn't only work with Exile One, he also did quite a bit of work with Jeff Joseph before his passing, Anthony Gussie. He was well known throughout the Francophone world as far as the Seychelles, Mauritius, La Réunion. But it's a real sad day. I'm still trying my best to recover. I attempted to get in touch with his immediate family, but was unable to do so. But messages are coming in by scores as the news really hit home. And it's a real sad day for Dominica. It's a real sad day for Dominica's cadence to music, a pillar, a pioneer, one in the deep spinal cord, the whole metamorphosis of a movement which actually brought Dominica's name to the four corners of the globe. And it's a real sad day for Dominica. We hope that we can do a tribute, a special tribute to him sometime later with the permission of his immediate family. So from my family, from the fans and friends of my Creole program I have been having for 29 years on the nation's yes. From myself as a very close friend, an admirer, and one who has really followed the life of Fitzroy Williams, I want to send my condolences to his family, the Creole world, the Cadastic world on this sad day.
Leroy Walix Charles, thank you for that. We'll talk to you again sometime later today. And DBS Radio will, of course, have more on this story and hear from other people who worked closely with Fitzroy Williams. And DBS Radio extends deepest condolences to the family of the late Fitzroy Williams, who really helped push Kadas music, not just Kadas music, but the music industry in Dominica in his heydays. In more news this morning, the Agricultural, Industrial and Development Bank of Dominica, the Aid Bank, will reveal its performance for the financial year this morning. That's when the bank holds its annual general meeting at the State House Conference Center at 9 o'clock. Addresses by government officials and Chairman Ambassador Martin Charles are expected to be high on the agenda for this morning's meeting. DBS Radio will broadcast the annual general meeting live at 9 o'clock. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence will host a church service in recognition of Commonwealth Day today. This year's event will be celebrated at the Roseau Cathedral of Our Lady of Fairhaven, commencing at 10 a.m. It will be celebrated under the theme, Together We Thrive. During the celebrations, Her Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Silvani Burton, will deliver the Commonwealth Day message from His Majesty King Charles III. The event will host several high-level guests, including members of cabinet and parliamentarians. DBS Radio will broadcast the event live at 10 o'clock. Minister for Housing and Urban Renewal, Melissa Popon-Skerrit, has called on Dominican women to join hands to address the challenges facing women. A call came as Dominica joined the rest of the world to observe International Women's Day at the weekend. Mrs. Skerrit, the parliamentary representative for Roseau Central, delivered the feature address at the 10th Exceptional Women Award ceremony at the State House Conference Center.
But there's something we must talk about today, because it is the greatest threat to the progress that we as women have made. For centuries, women have fought against the barriers that men placed in front of them. But do you know what hurts the most? When the knives are coming from our own sisters. You see, we know how to rise above criticism from men. We know how to hold our heads high when they try to belittle us. We even know how to fight them. We know how to fight, but how do we fight? The hands that are pulling us down are the same ones that should be lifting us up. We rise, ladies, by lifting each other up. And let me be clear, we cannot afford to fight each other when there is still so much left to build. And so today, I challenge every woman in this room to be the fire that lights another woman's path, not the wind that tries to put out her flame. But as we climb, as we break through barriers, we must never forget those behind us.
That was the parliamentary representative for Roseau Central, Melissa Skerrit. She delivered the feature address at the 10th Exceptional Women Awards ceremony at the State House Conference Center. The Dominica Association of Teachers is hoping government will meet its demands for salary increase. The two sides have begun salary increase negotiations. First Vice President of the association, Julian Benjamin, says the organization has proposed several salary and non-salary matters to the government.
And in terms of the percentage in salary increases, they are asking us to forego that. But the Dominica Association of Teachers, we are not getting the vibes from our teachers that we should. So we're still waiting for their response because we gave them our response to that first part. Also, we are looking at what they're going to offer us because we're supposed to have a second meeting with them sometime coming up next week. And we're looking for what they're going to be offering because they have jumped and given us an offering for the triennium 2024 to 2027. We are of the firm view that we would not accept anything for the next triennium if we have not concluded the one under review, which is 2021 to 2024. So we are waiting to see what is the final that they have to offer. We will then take it to our membership, get their views on it, and then go back to the government on what a good offer for us, because we feel that with the escalation in prices, especially local and domestic goods, grocery items, gas prices and everything, even the bills, the utilities have been rising. We are hoping that we could get something that would assist in buffering these rises.
First Vice President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Julian Benjamin. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown has rejected U.S. claims that Cuba's medical assistance program constitutes human trafficking, defending the critical role Cuban doctors and nurses play in Antigua and Barbuda's healthcare system and across the Caribbean. Brown stated that Antigua totally rejects that notion that they are involved in any form of human trafficking, adding that the U.S. also must understand that these Cuban doctors and nurses represent the core of the health service within the Caribbean. The U.S. has raised concerns over how Cuba compensates its medical professionals, with allegations that portions of their earnings go directly to the Cuban government. Brown acknowledged that payment structures could be reviewed, but dismissed the need for threats or punitive measures. He also emphasized that any U.S. action to curtail Cuba's medical assistance could have dire consequences for Caribbean nations. Canada's next Prime Minister Mark Carney vows to win the trade war against U.S. President Donald Trump after winning the race to succeed Justin Trudeau. The ex-Bank of England governor told supporters that, and I quote, "Americans should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win," close quote. Carney, who will be sworn in as Prime Minister in the coming days, pledges retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods until Americans show Canada respects. And hundreds of flights have been cancelled across Germany as airport workers stage a nationwide strike over pay, posing a major disruption for air travelers. The industrial action led by the trade union Verdi began unexpectedly on Sunday at Hamburg Airport before expanding to a nationwide strike. Passengers at Frankfurt, Munich, Berlin and other major hubs have been urged not to travel to airports if operations severely disrupted. Frankfurt, Germany's busiest airport, said passengers would be unable to board flights and transfer would almost certainly be affected. That's news. Sports is next.
Transform your meals with the superb quality that is found in Robert's products. Become a master baker with Balbocree shortening. Add a touch of love to your food with Sunflower Soft Luxury Spread. Perfect your bread with Glow Spread Margarine. Add mellow cream, the tastemaker flavor to all your gravies, soups, and stews. Robert's, for the love of cooking. Distributed by Fine Foods, the biggest distributor of the biggest brands found in Dominica.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
For over 47 years, the National Bank of Dominica Limited has been a cornerstone of our nation's development, standing by our customers at every step. Together, we are shaping a brighter future. We recognize that every journey is different, and we are dedicated to nurturing meaningful relationships. We are here to understand your needs and support your goals. Our personalized services are designed to provide the peace of mind you deserve wherever life takes you. Trust us to be there when it counts. With NBD, you have a partner invested in your success today, tomorrow, and always.
Welcome to the Morning Sport Report. We start off with cricket news. Windward Islands all-rounder Ryan John says he has to put the successes from the Windwards last match behind him and focus on doing it all over again as the Windwards get set for this week's round of matches. The Windwards are coming off an imposing innings win over the Leeward Islands on the weekend. The Windwards will play Guyana in the next match on Wednesday. Ryan John, who registered a maiden century and picked up a few wickets, was named the Lava Man of the Match.
It's just about, putting the past behind as fast as possible and remembering that we take every day at a time. We start fresh again from the next training day, hitting the straps again, bowling the right lines and lengths, assessing the conditions that we're about to play in. And it's the same with the bat. It's just about refreshing and starting fresh. Let's go again.
Switching over to the team, I believe that this is the highest score that a Windward Islands team has ever made at this level. A very emphatic win. As a senior player in the group, how do you assess that all-round performance in this match?
Must give credit to the batting coach. He have believed in us. We have not been doing what we're supposed to do in terms of putting a sizable total on the board. But he believed in us and he always give us extra. Whatever we need, we will get it from an outside perspective. So I must say that we're stepping in the right direction, heading in the right direction, and hopefully that we can continue. And the men on top as well can at least get something that they're looking for.
Windwards all-rounder Ryan John. Meantime, Windward Islands fast bowler Galen Tyson is hoping his 5-wicket haul can be the spark to great things to end the regional 4-day tournament. Tyson recorded his second 5-wicket haul of his career. Tyson says it was pleasant, especially as he did not play in the previous game.
Firstly, I would like to say thanks to the Almighty Father for his continued blessings. I think that he had a lot to do with this performance, and I'd just like to say thanks. Very really good because considering that I did not play the last game, I felt that I had to do a lot, and when I went back to St. Vincent, I did do a lot. And it was a good period for me personally, working on my game and myself, understanding the game as much as I could. So I think this one was very, very special.
How challenging was it for you? As you said, you didn't play the last game. The previous games before, you didn't really get too many wickets. How much of a challenge was it going into this game, knowing basically that a lot would be expected from the fast bowlers?
I think that, as I said, back in St. Vincent, I did a lot of personal work, so I think it was just a matter of me executing and backing myself, backing my ability. as much as possible and stay in the game.
Windward Islands fast bowler Galen Tyson Windward's won by an innings and 60 runs. In other matches, Guyana beat Jamaica by 214 runs. Trinidad beat the West Indies Academy by 125 runs. And Barbados beat the CCC Combined Campuses and Colleges by 10 wickets.
Dunedin. And that's gone away into the fence for 4. It's the Champions Trophy for India. They win it after 12 years. And it's another ICC tournament going their way. They played like champions. And they deserve this Champions Trophy 2025. They've outplayed New Zealand. They've outplayed every other team in this tournament. And once again, it's an ICC tournament where they win it unbeaten.
India on their way to a 4-wicket win over New Zealand to win the 2025 ICC Champions Trophy. India capped off an unbeaten run in the tournament with Sunday's win. New Zealand got 251 for 7 in their 50 overs batting first. Daryl Mitchell got 63 and Michael Bracewell 53. Kuldeep Yadav took 2 for 40. India replied with 254 for 6 in 49 overs. Rohit Sharma hit 76 and Shreyas Iyer 48. Indian captain Rohit Sharma praised his bowlers for a job well done.
Yeah, it was very important for us to finish this game on a high. New Zealand is a very, very good team, and they've been playing really good cricket, in the recent past. So it was very important for us to get that result. Played a perfect cricket today.
Scoring, what did you make of the score at the halfway stage, and how well a couple of you guys, that partnership with Aksar and Shreyas in particular?
Yeah, it was important at that stage after losing 3 wickets in the power play, and then we knew we had to get a partnership or two to get us a good total, and I thought the total that we got was good enough total for us to work it out. We've got quality in our bowling, that can defend that total. We had that confidence, and then the bowlers really stepped up and got the job done.
The India captain Rohit Sharma, New Zealand's Rashin Ravindra, was named the player of the tournament. He scored 263 runs at an average of 65. Dwayne Smith and William Perkins hit half centuries, but it was not enough as the West Indies were beaten in a high-scoring thriller, going down by 7 runs to India as the International Masters T20 League continued on the weekend. India batted first and made 253 for 3 in their 20 overs. Tiwari got 60 and Rayudu 63 not out. Jerome Taylor, Suleiman Ben and Jonathan Carter picked up a wicket each for the Windies. The Windies stationed 254 to win, 120 without loss after 8 overs, but started losing wickets. They eventually got 246 for 6 in their 20 overs. Dwayne Smith hit 79 from 34 balls, William Perkins and Lendl Simmons 38. Windies lost by 7 wickets. West Indies will play South Africa on Tuesday. West Indies head coach Darren Sammy feels the new talent identification program will help identify new emerging talent for the West Indies team. The new scouting program has replaced the old format of selection for players. Sammy says the new program will allow more eyes to be focused on the players.
I think it's a step in the right direction. I know it's different from what traditionally we used to do. There's a chairman of selectors and a couple of selectors. However, the vision of Director Miles is that if we could have those eyes directly, because I can't watch all the cricket, I can't see it. I will need help. We also have Jamal Smith is overseeing all the talent IDs that they've had. So last week I was having a conversation with Craig about Windward Islands cricket and how what they've been showing in the 40 competition. Last night I had a conversation with Tony Gray in relation to Trinidad. So it is a constant dialogue as to, okay, I see this guy, this player who's playing, he's scoring runs, you at the ground, what do you see? Because sometimes it's not just what the stats, what the results show or the scorecard, so with eyes on the ground in all the different territories, it makes my job easier when a player comes up who's performing and I could have a call and say, hey, this kid, what have you seen this season?
West Indies head coach Darren Sammy and president of the Dominica Boxing Association, Job Joseph, says he's encouraged by the number of young people interested in the sport. Joseph says the Boxing Association will continue to play its part in helping to identify and grow the next batch of top boxers. He says plans are being discussed for a mini exhibition featuring the upcoming talents.
For the past couple months, we have been seeing a number of young boys and girls in boxing at the age of 5 and upwards. And what's good about it, what I love about it the most, their parents accompany them at the boxing. And this is a very, very good news for Dominican boxing. Although most of our senior boxers have migrated and some have stopped boxing, but we have a number of young boxers. I even had a meeting with all the parents, and we're going to put a group together for the parents, which will have our next meeting with the Olympics. I spoke to Mr. Bill Doctor about it. Also, we are planning to have a competition in May for these young boxers. We might be not only one boxer or two boxers overseas, but all the rest will be local at all different age groups from the age of 12 upwards. Also, while we speak, on the 14th of this month, 2 of the executive members, I'm not one of them, will be going to Panama for a congress with full of boxing. So there is good news for boxing in Dominica, and I can just say the sky is the limit.
President of the Dominica Boxing Association, Job Joseph. On that note, we end the DBS Morning News and Sports. Join us at 11 o'clock for a preview of the news. We'll have another major newscast at 1:15. On behalf of the News and Sports Department and our links personnel, Hazari Williams, I am Ivona John Baptist Luge. Good morning.
For over 47 years, the National Bank of Dominica Limited has been a cornerstone of our nation's development, standing by our customers at every step. Together, we are shaping a brighter future. We recognize that every journey is different, and we are dedicated to nurturing meaningful relationships. We are here to understand your needs and support your goals. Our personalized services are designed to provide the peace of mind you deserve wherever life takes you. Trust us to be there when it counts. With NBD, you have a partner invested in your success today, tomorrow, and always.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS.